This is a short tutorial about creating a rubric in Blackboard. I'm logged on to a class, and this class is just beginning, so it isn't open to students or anything. I'm going to go to Course Tools. I'm going to go down to Rubrics. Then I'm going to create a rubric right here. Rubrics can be used for different things. One of the ways that I use a rubric, and I'm going to scoot this over a little bit so you can see more of the screen. One of the ways I grade or I use rubrics is when I have a class that is asking for something subjective, like maybe art. This is an Art 281 class, and in this class it's digital photography. It's digital photography, so the grading of this could be kind of subjective. So I want to make sure that I have a good rubric for the faculty member who, of course, will go in here and edit this so that they will be able to grade the photography without it really being so much personal opinion. It will be things that the student will understand. Different areas of it. So here we go. Here is the rubric, but this formatting doesn't really make sense, so I'm going to edit this and I'm going to call it composition. This is to include camera angle, subject placement, background, subject appropriately, and cropping. Mind you, I don't teach digital photography, but I kind of know a little bit about photography. I'm going to click Save. This is going to become 20% because I'm going to have 5 areas eventually. Now, here we see we have novice, competent, proficient. I really hate giving someone a 0. So that makes me a little bit liberal. So I'm going to change that to 20. Competent will become 70. And proficient will be 100%. So to give you the logic of this particular area is composition. The weight will be 20% of 100%. Out of this 20% allotment here, if a student is competent, they will receive 70% of the 20%. If they're proficient, they will receive 100%. Okay? I'm going to pause while I type a minute because I'm quite sure you don't want to listen to me type. As you can see, what I have done is I've come up with several areas, one of which is composition, the camera skills, Photoshop software, because sometimes that is required in courses like this, presentation or file management, it was submitted as a Word document or a PDF, creativity, time, effort, and the photographs fulfill the assignment requirements. So you can see the percentages out of 100 that I have assigned to these areas. Now, if you go back, if a person is a novice on this one, they'll get 20%. Competent is 70. Proficient is 100. Some of them, like presentation file management, it was submitted as a Word document or PDF, which is required in this class so that the professor wouldn't have to download everything. That's either yes or no. If they did, it's 100% of those points. If they did not, it is 0. Creativity, time, effort, appropriate use, again, goes back to 100%, 70%, 20%, because I really loathe giving zeros if a student has put in the effort to attempt the assignment. Photographs fulfill assignment requirements. That's either a yes or a no. Not really much you can do with that. It's 100% or 0. Either they did it or they didn't. Now again, I'm going to hit pause because you're not going to want to see me type. I suggest highly that you put the time and effort in of actually putting your expectations. Like for this particular one, camera skills. Students are going to know, based on the information that you cover in your class, that camera skills is going to be focus, depth of field, shutter speed, that sort of thing. In this part, you can see all parts of the camera skills are extremely well done. This means that they're all exhibited. I needed a period there. For 70% parts, but not all of the camera skills are exhibited. For the lowest mark, which is novice, most of the camera skills are not exhibited. You don't have to list out every single thing, but you need to make sure that in your assignment you tell them, if you're working on this specific category, then you tell them what parts are included. For Photoshop, when they're able to use it, Photoshop enhancements and effects support and enhances the photograph. So what if they did something and it made the photograph like terrible? It can happen. I've done it myself thinking that I was doing a service and then I'm like, oh my, that is not what I intended. Here, for the lowest mark, we've entered Photoshop enhancements effects did not support or enhance the photograph. If there's something that's either a yes or no, like for instance this one, the photograph was submitted in proper format, 100%. The photograph was not submitted in proper format, 0. Then you don't put something in the middle because it's either a yes or a no. They did it or did not. On this last one, I didn't type something in, so I'm going to do that right now. For each of these little boxes, there is spell check. You can click it, it will actually spell check for you. And you can see I have little check marks. So I have done that so that I don't put up hopefully too bad of a typo. When you have all your information, sorry about that, put in, check to make sure you have 100%. Each one of these should add up to 100%. So you can see everything. I should not have said that because they don't add up. You put the percentage that you're going to assign. Then you hit submit. And here it is. This is the rubric. So when I go back to my course assignments and I go into maybe week 1 and I put up an assignment, beginning photography, I should call it digital photography assignment 1. I can go here and give instructions for the students. I can add my rubric and hit submit. So you see this is going to be used for grading. I can put my due date. I can point my points possible, which for this one I'm just going to put 50. And I can put my display dates. It is imperative that you always put a due date. A due date puts items into your course calendar function, which is one of the tools. I'm going to move it over here to the side. Course calendar, one of the tools that students use to have due dates upload into their iPhones. So it's really kind of cool. And I'm going to hit submit. And now you can see here is their digital photography assignment 1. When a student clicks on it, you can see that they can write their submission, they can browse their computer, and normally I would give instructions here. So now students can actually see the rubric right here. And it will tell them how they're going to be graded on this particular assignment. It is imperative that students know in something where they're going to be submitting an assignment that could be graded more efficiently with a rubric, it is important to be able for a student to be able to view the rubric and see how that's going to work for them. If you have any questions about creating a rubric, please let me know and I will be glad to help you or help any of you guys with completing a rubric for your class. Now you're going to notice that I misspeak sometimes in these videos, and that's okay. It really is. We all do. And I have decided that trying to go back and make everything perfect is kind of hilarious. So if you have questions, let me know.